Hello everyone, Lisa here. Welcome to What's Crafting Wednesday. Today is the last segment of Jar of Flowers for What's Crafting Wednesday. So I hope you like the final card today. Before we get to that, let's get started on the drawing for last week's cards. I had the two Easter baskets. And I have everybody's names here on my tickets. Let's get them in here. We can get started on this. A little more mixing. Okay, everyone, fingers crossed. Let's see who is the lucky winner of the two Easter basket cards. Okay, and I have Lonnie. Congratulations, Lonnie. I will get these in the mail to you. Okay, everyone, today we're going to be doing some sponging. Be using the Jar of Flowers, and for the sentiment, I use the Happy Birthday from Sweet Ice Cream. And everybody will be happy to know this set is carrying over from the mini to the new annual catalog. And I also used a small piece of the Flowers for Every Season DSP. I'll put that along the inside here, the sunflower one. And this paper is on sale right now. It is retiring and it is currently marked down. I use the champagne rhinestones, and I stamped in early espresso, and I sponged in balmy blue, misty moonlight, rich razzleberry, daffodil delight, bumblebee, poppy parade, and old olive. And I started on whisper white cardstock. I'll get my pack out here. That was basic white cardstock. I have a basic white envelope, and I have early espresso that is 8.5 by 5.5, and that will get scored at 4 1/4. Put that off to the side for now. I'm just going to move my light a little bit. I'm getting a glare. And for the inside of the card, I have whisper white, basic white, sorry. And this is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And then for layering the front, I have Bumblebee that is 4 by 5 1/4. And I have the white that is 3 3/4 by 5. So I'll put card there and the envelope here so everyone can see, and I'll move the stamp set off and make sure I have the right piece. Yes. Now those that know me know I have spent a lot of time in France for most of my adult life, and I have always loved the fields of sunflowers and lavender. So that was what I was thinking of when I created this card. I was thinking of all those fields of sunflowers. And what I did here, it's early espresso, and I just brought the stamp down a little bit off the bottom of the paper. I didn't want it the full image on here. And then for the other two, I raised it up and I kind of just fit it around the image that was already stamped. Just kind of fit it in there. And I'm going to stamp the envelope now as well, so the ink has some time to dry before I start sponging. Here I just brought it up a little bit in the corner. Okay, that's all for our stamping right now. And again, to give the ink a little bit of time to dry, I'm going to put it off to the side and do the inside of the card. So I have the strip of DSP. It's cut at 3/4 high by 5 1/4 wide. I actually could have used either side. I used this one on the first card, so maybe on this card I'll use this side. I don't know. No, I think the colors are too wild with the front of the card. I'll stick with what I did to start with. And I'll just fold this and use the bone folder so it gets a nice crease. And put this on the inside, and then we'll be ready for the sponging. Okay, everything else out of the way now. Now I use the Stampin' Sponges, which are retiring. They come 3 in a pack, and I cut them in 1/4 wedges. And I am using these today just because the new blender brushes I have not been able to order yet. They have been on back order. So I have the sponges, and these are really great to use. If you don't have any yet, I would say get some before they are sold out. I think I said Balmy Blue, but I may have used Pool Party. Yes, it is Pool Party. I think I said Balmy Blue earlier, but it is Pool Party. And I'm starting to sponge in the top just to give the bottom, the ink, a little more time to dry. And whenever you sponge, you always start off first so that you don't get too harsh of a line. So start off here and then bring it in. And then you can just continue adding ink because it's easy to add more. I'm just going to bring this down and leave just a little bit of white in here still. And then we'll move on to the Misty Moonlight. Oh, there's my sponge hiding. And especially with the darker colors, you want to make sure you definitely start off first before you bring it onto the paper. And then I'm just going to bring this down into the Pool Party, but not all the way, so we still have some of the lighter ink showing. And then I'm going to add just a little bit of rich Razzleberry to the top. Must have something on here, a hair or something. So I got that little edge there. And then we'll move along to the bottom. And I started that with Daffodil Delight. And with this, I didn't bother starting it at the bottom. I just went across here. And then I added some Bumblebee. And then just a little bit of the Poppy Parade. So with the darker colors, you have to be careful when you blend them in. You want to go lightly with that. It's just to give it a little touch of the orange down here. And then I finished it off with just a little bit of Old Olive. And then when you're done, if you see you want some more, you want a little darker, you want to add a little bit more color, one of the colors, you can always go back in and add it. I think I'm going to add a little bit more of the Poppy Parade. Just get a little bit more, a little orange down here, not much. Yes, that looks better. And then I used Early Espresso for the sentiment. And I think this card, this could be masculine or feminine for a birthday card. Maybe if you wanted it masculine, you might use a different font, different stamp. But really, even as it is now, it could be, I think, masculine or feminine. And we'll add this to the card front. Just glue this onto the Bumblebee. And then onto the card front. This is the card front, yes. And then just a couple of champagne rhinestones to finish it off. A little bit of bling is always good. I had debated using Wink of Stella on the sunflowers, and then I decided not to. I thought it looked nice as is. And now we will sponge the envelope. And I did the same thing with this as I did on the bottom of the card. I started with some Daffodil Delight. And then went on with some Bumblebee. And just a little bit of Poppy Parade and a little bit of Old Olive. And when you sponge, you can always sponge to blend in from one color to the next, so you don't get any harsh lines. And now we'll just add a little bit of Old Olive on the bottom. So this was my sample card and my sample envelope. I really like the envelope sponge. I think that looks so pretty. And then here's the card that we just made and the envelope. So everyone, tell me what you think. Leave me a comment. You know I love reading your comments. Let me know what you think about tonight's cards, what you think about this sponging technique. If you ever do it yourself, if you don't, if it's something that you think you're going to give a try to now, I'd love to know what you think about it. So as I said, the start of tonight's Facebook Live, this is the last in our Jar of Flour series. There will not be a Facebook Live the next 2 Wednesdays. Next week I will be away, and the following Wednesday is the Stampin' Up! Mini convention, and that's on Wednesday. So I will be back, what will the date be? The 7th, no. I'm not sure the date, but it'll be 3 Wednesdays from tonight. I will be back, hopefully with something super for you, since hopefully you will have missed me over the next 2 weeks. Remember, retiring list is out. Lots of great items reduced on clearance while supplies last. Tomorrow I get to order the new catalogs. And once I have those, they will get out in the mail. If you have placed an order with me since August, you are on my list for a catalog. If you have not been a customer of mine, and you would like a catalog, please send me an email, a private message, and I will add you to the list and get a catalog off to you. So everyone, thank you for tuning in and joining me tonight. I hope you like these cards and have a great couple of weeks. I hope they're very crafty for you. And I will see you back here 3 Wednesdays from tonight. Okay, everyone. Thank you. Bye.